We'll look at today's action in the Bitcoin, blockchain, and digital asset space. I'm your host, Lawrence Lewitinn, in for Christine Lee. My co-host, Managing Director of International Content, Emily Parker, is also off today. So good morning, happy holiday, happy Festivus Eve, happy everything to everybody. But enough about this. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's check in on Bitcoin. The CoinDesk Bitcoin Price Index is currently at 48,500 and let's say 68. It's about even over the past hour and down 62 basis points on the day. Let's look at the Bitcoin Ether Price Index. The CoinDesk Ether Price Index, the ETX. It's at 3961. It's down about 1.57% over the past hour, over the past 24 hours, 2% over the past hour alone. So it's given back a lot of its gains from when it was above 4,000. And of course, the DeFi index, the CoinDesk DeFi index, the DFX, it's brand new. It's at 433.72. Over the past 24 hours, it's up 7%, almost 7.8%. And over the past hour, 11.8%. So it's taking an incredible move on the upside DeFi, the 10 assets in that index. The most reliable reference prices for institutions since 2014 are now published under the CoinDesk brand, trusted globally as a leader in crypto news, events, data, and video. Now, let's look at some of our top stories. Bitcoin is giving back some of its gains that it made in the Asian trading hours. It briefly broken above 49,000. Some of the reason was the slight gains earlier when we had a winding down of selling pressure from exchanges that left China over the past several weeks. That's according to reporting from our own Muyao Shen. Now, for those who own Shiba Inu, you may have noticed a nice pop in your dollar value. That's because one large wallet bought 4 trillion Shiba Inu. That's $134 million worth overnight. That's according to CoinDesk Shariah Malwa. So, look, at least there's something exciting to talk about in today's otherwise quiet markets. So let's take a further look with our next guest.
The Crypto Markets Update is presented by Grayscale, the world's largest digital currency asset manager.
Joining us now is Robinhood Crypto Chief Operating Officer, Christine Brown. Welcome, Christine.
Hi, Lawrence. Thanks for having me.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem I have your audio. Maybe you've got it on mute.
It looks like it's unmuted on my side. No?
Oh, there you are. Okay, great. That's great.
Hi. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. Happy Festivus Eve, Erev Festivus, as we say in Hebrew. So, of course, what's happening right now in the markets? What's going on? I mean, we're seeing this sort of flatlining a little bit in Bitcoin. We gave back a lot over the past few weeks. Have institutions given up on Bitcoin? Are they taking profits? Are they holding off till next year? What's going on?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of volatility across the markets, not just in crypto over the past week. I think that means it's the
Well, I think it was so shocking. I guess we had a little bit of a audio issue or video issue. Hopefully, we'll get Christine back in a couple of seconds. So let's come back and we'll try to get Christine, and we'll take a break, and we'll see you in a couple of seconds.
The Crypto Markets Update is presented by Grayscale, the world's largest digital currency asset manager.
So joining us now is Robinhood Crypto Chief Operating Officer, Christine Brown. Welcome back, Christine.
Thanks for having me, Lawrence. Good to be here.
So, of course, last we spoke, I was asking you what was happening right now in the markets. Have institutions given up on Bitcoin? Are they taking profit? Are they holding off till 2022? What's going on? Why are we seeing this sort of like flatlining over the last few weeks?
Yeah, and a little bit like my internet connection while I'm visiting family, I think the markets are dealing with a little bit of uncertainty. And there's been a lot of news in the past few weeks that has caused volatility across markets. I think what's interesting, though, is that from a retail perspective, which, Robinhood primarily deals with retail investors, we're seeing that they have a longer term outlook on the asset. They're not looking to get in for quick wins. It's really a buy and hold kind of investment for a lot of our users. And with that, I'm really excited to be announcing that we are rolling out crypto gifting, another way to get your friends and your family into the crypto sphere. It started with crypto and really getting over that emotional barrier of making your first investment. It's rolling out this morning. So you can go into your app with a little as $1, get started and gift crypto for the holidays.
Yeah, I saw that. Are you gifting your relatives? Maybe you can give them some crypto and get some better Wi-Fi connections and things like that. Is that
exactly?
Is that the goal
exactly.
Here?
I do have one relative who every time I come home, they ask me, what is this crypto thing? How do I get involved? 3 or 4 years ago, it was, is this a scam? And now it's, how do I get started? And I think that crypto gifting is the perfect way to really help them dip their toes into it. You can give a $10, $20, $50 gift that they will have in their Robinhood account. And it really lets them just experiencing it, start seeing, what does it look like on a good day, on a bad day, read the news that we have that is published with every crypto coin that we support, and just get more familiar with it in general.
So about those crypto coins, you said you had obviously a large retail base, and the majority of your users, of course, being retail. So what exactly, besides Bitcoin, of course, what are they usually buying? I mean, like when you look at their portfolios, the average Robinhood user, what does it look like? Is it mostly Bitcoin? Is it SHIB? Is it Doge? What's going on here?
Yeah, so we offer 7 coins on our platform. And in Q2 earlier this year, we released in our earnings call a summary that there was a lot of Doge activity. That was something that really drew customers to the platform and got people started trading. But more recently, we're seeing more even trading across the 7 coins that we support.
So, you also last week you announced the acquisition of Cove Markets. So what do they do, and how is it different than anything you guys currently provide? What are they giving you? What's Cove Markets providing Robinhood and Robinhood customers that you guys didn't have before?
Yeah, I'm so excited that we're welcoming Scott Knudsen and the Cove Markets team into the Robinhood family. It's really critical in the maturing crypto markets that we provide quality execution, competitive pricing, beyond just being commission free, which we are. And so the Cove team will be continuing our investment in the space. They're focusing on order routing and order execution programs for the business for now, but TBD in 2022 and beyond.
Yeah, speaking of which, I mean, does the crypto side of it, do you guys do pay for order flow? I mean, I know that's a big part of in the equity side. How does it work in crypto, though? I mean, are you working with any of the desks at all and paying for that order flow in order to provide the?
So we have a competitive liquidity program where we have multiple liquidity providers who are streaming prices, and we route users' orders based on the best available price at the time, which we think gets them really competitive pricing. We do receive a notional rebate on that order flow, but we think that this enables us to really, 1, give users great pricing, 2, keep things commission free, and provide great services like our 24/7 phone support and all of the other amazing features that we've been launching recently.
Can you name who they are, or is that proprietary secret there?
We don't share that publicly, but what I can tell you is that they all go through a very robust vetting process. Robinhood is very used to, regulatory scrutiny, and we make sure that everyone that we partner with is, meeting a very high bar and a high standard.
So let's talk about your traders. Who are they? The Robinhood crypto traders. Are they any different than the Robinhood equity traders, the stock traders that we've been hearing about over the past year, going on Reddit and going crazy on GameStop? What's the difference between the two, the equity versus the crypto trader?
We see a lot of people that are doing both on our platform, which is one of the big benefits of Robinhood, is that you can participate in the equities markets as well as do crypto investing. I think where I see a distinction or differentiation isn't so much within our own platform and our own customers, but when we start comparing, folks who are investing in crypto on Robinhood versus the broader crypto market. I think that Robinhood is starting to be kind of this center for retail investing for folks getting started in crypto, and our product set really enables this. I think crypto gifting is one of the most recent things that we have launched that helps people make that first step into crypto investing, right? If you're someone who's not really sure how to get started, if you get a gift from someone that you love, that you trust, one of your friends, it really does enable you to kind of overcome that emotional barrier of dipping your toe in the water. But I think our full feature set, from recurring investments, which make it so they don't really have to time the market, to 24/7 phone support, so that there's someone there to talk to if something goes wrong. All of those things are built around our user profile and our customer profile of first-time investors who are just getting started.
So now, let's say they do get gifted this. Let's say they get gifted some Doge and they want to spend it at AMC, a very popular stock among your traders. Can they do it? Can they actually spend the crypto, or are they just basically owning an electronic version of it, if you will, that tracks the price of Doge? Do they actually get to spend it and use it and send it to other friends, etc.?
So we're actually in the rollout process of our wallets program. It's something that we announced in September. And we've been taking our time, making sure we roll it out safely, so with customer safety in mind. But we just finished our alpha. So we had a handful of customers on the platform testing the wallets product and giving us a lot of robust feedback. We're opening the beta and rolling off the waitlist in January, and should have broad availability by the end of Q1 next year.
So what kind of things are you building out? I know you're building out your crypto segment a lot more, kind of separate from what you're doing in equities. So what kind of things do you have planned? Just in general, obviously, you're not going to tell us what your next acquisition is going to be.
Yeah.
Will there be acquisitions? Will there be those kind of things where you're going to be bigger players in that kind of market?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I can't spoil too much of the roadmap of what we got planned coming up next. What I will say is that holistically, as we think about making investments in the crypto space, there's a few different ways to make those investments as a company. We can build, we can buy, we can rent. And Robinhood, traditionally, we have built a lot of the crypto infrastructure. It's homegrown. And I think that as we see acceleration and we kind of see this trend of crypto becoming more mainstream through this year, we're going to make investments wherever we see possible to make sure that we are continuing to meet our customer demand and providing users with the great experiences that they come to expect from Robinhood.
Now, Christine, I look at a calendar. We're almost at 2022. So what's your outlook for next year?
2022, I think, will be on the backs of 2021. This year was really the year that crypto went mainstream from a retail trading perspective. I think NFTs really helped people understand the utility of what crypto can be outside of just a buy and hold investment. I think 2022, we will see more of this. So we'll see a shift from an investing mindset to a utility mindset. So what can people actually do with the crypto that they own? And how does that ability to do things with it actually give it more value as an investment? And then, ultimately Web3 being kind of this ultimate long-term utility across the board. So I'm excited to see more products like crypto gifting, where you do see a utility like our wallets product, where users are going to be able to take crypto off the platform and really use it in the broader DeFi system. I think you'll see more and more of that next year.
Well, everybody does like crypto gifting, except Nouriel Rubini. But other than that, yeah, feel free, send it over my way. I won't say no. So thank you very much, Christine. Thank you very much,
pleasure.
Christine Brown, Robinhood Crypto's Chief Operating Officer. Happy New Year.
You as well.
All right, coming up next, Sam Bankman-Fried gives his take on the hot topics of crypto this year. So checking in on Bitcoin, the CoinDesk Bitcoin price index is at 48,745. It's just about flat over the past 24 hours now. It's up about 12 basis points over the past hour. Let's take a look at the Ether price, CoinDesk ETX. That's at 39.75 or so. That's down 1.2% over the past 24 hours, nearly 2% over in the past hour alone. And of course, we can't forget the CoinDesk DeFi Index, the DFX. It's about 432.17. So over the past 24 hours, again, it's been up about 7.4%. And in the past hour alone, an astonishing 11.4%. It's just an incredible move up.
The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
You know who the richest guy in crypto is? Of course you do. It's Sam Bankman-Fried. He's 29 years old and he's worth $26 billion. That means he's made about $1 billion a year since he was 3. All right, maybe not, but it all came very quickly recently. And that, of course, is according to Forbes. They did the math on his net worth, and I'll trust them on that one. He made it big due to the success of his crypto exchange FTX and trading firm Alameda Research. He's an MIT grad, of course, the son of 2 Stanford law professors, but he's known for his frugal lifestyle. He lives with roommates like he's in college. He sleeps on a beanbag in his office, presumably full of $100 bills, though I can't confirm that. And he says he believes in something called effective altruism. He says he's investing most of his money into his businesses, and the rest will eventually be given away to the altruistic ideas, his favorite causes. Earlier, of course, he spoke to CoinDesk anchor Christine Lee on what's next for FTX. So have a listen to what he had to say.
Regulation. That's going to be a pretty large piece of it. We, have gotten licensed in a large number of jurisdictions recently and are looking to get licensed in, a large number further over the course of 2022. And, really getting every license that we can find that seems, that seems important to our business.
I guess that's the major challenge ahead, regulatory challenges.
It really is. And, it's a messy world. There's 195 countries out there, and, each one is sort of separately exploring what their, regulatory framework for crypto is going to look like. And so we're sort of trying to stay abreast of all of them and, apply wherever seems appropriate. So that's sort of one big line that's ahead of us. And a big part of that also will be in the United States.
Is that a key reason why you moved from Hong Kong to the Bahamas right now? And maybe you can explain to me how that transition has been going.
It's been great. And yeah, I mean, I think a big piece of this is that the Bahamas has a comprehensive regulatory framework for crypto, and very few countries have that. So we've been really excited for that. It also gives a lot more flexibility in terms of location. There's no quarantine coming in or out. It's a really convenient place to be, doing business from. We've been really excited. A lot of the local Bahamians that we've been able to hire. It's just a great place to be. So overall, I think we've been pretty happy with the headquarters.
Is an IPO in the horizon for FTX?
We'll see. It's something we've been thinking about. We might or might not end up doing it. On the one hand, it would be a big production, and it would take a lot of time and energy. On the other hand, we think it could provide a lot of value to the business. We're fortunately in a position where we don't need it in terms of fundraising. We don't need to raise. First of all, we're profitable. But second of all, we're able to raise in the secondary, or just in sort of, private markets, if we need to. So it's not a necessity. We're trying to be in a position where we could do it if we wanted to.
Well, everyone is a genius in the bull market, but let's say Bitcoin tumbles back to $20,000. Are there dangers of overspending and overexpanding?
Yeah, it's a good question. And again, if Bitcoin went to 20K right now, obviously, I think we'd expect long-term revenue to go down from that, or at least medium-term revenue to go down from that. But I would be shocked if it went down to a point where we were no longer profitable. Again, like we have spent a fair bit on a number of these endorsements, but it's still a pretty small amount compared to where our revenue is now. And I think where our revenue would be at a $20,000 Bitcoin. So I'm not super worried about that. And we also have a pretty decent firewall right now of money, given the raising that we've been doing this year.
Give us 3 regulatory predictions for 2022.
So, I think that there's almost certainly going to be some stuff coming out about stablecoin regulation. I think partially I say that because there's a lot of sort of noise around it, and there's a lot of will for it. I also say that because I think that there are sort of straightforward regulatory frameworks that would do a lot to address a number of the issues that people have. I think that if you look at sort of a regime based around transparency and registration and oversight that ensured that, stablecoins had accurate daily attestations of exactly what was backing their token, that ensured that there's periodic audits to confirm the accuracy of those, and that there's, some restrictions on what, that these aren't junk bonds that are sort of backing stablecoins. I think that would just go an extremely long way towards addressing the very systematic risk and consumer protection related worries that people have around stablecoins, while still allowing them to serve as a really efficient and effective means of payment and transfer in the crypto industry and beyond. So that's one thing I would strongly suspect there's going to be something on in 2022. And then I think that there, may or may not be sort of attempts at frameworks that unify, like right now, there's sort of like isn't one unifying regime for like a spot Bitcoin USD order book, for a Bitcoin futures order book, for a security token order book, and for collateral for all of those, for clearing and custody. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are attempts at coming up with unified frameworks in the US for those, although I wouldn't be surprised if that didn't happen in 2022 either. I think that one sort of could go either way.
Well, that's it for First Mover. I'm your host, Lawrence Lewitinn. Coming up in about 150 minutes from now, noon Eastern Time, 1600 hours UTC, is The Hash. You're watching CoinDesk TV.